Dark matter is like, it's like prime rib next to 5-day-old mac and cheese as far as quality. I mean, it is genuinely better than 90% of the other streaming slop. It's like just so freaking fun to watch, and it's just so engaging. The first big difference is the vision. Blake Crouch not only wrote the book, but he also wrote the screenplay. Now, this doesn't always work because screenplays and novels are different animals, and you usually, if you write one, you don't write the other, and if you try to cross, then it doesn't quite translate super well. But when they can do both, well, that is a recipe for success. The best movies, books, series, businesses, whatever, they all start with someone or a group of people with extremely strong and focused vision. They have the ability to create and see in their mind's eye something before it's a reality. So Blake not having to hand this off to another person to potentially be interpreted differently sets dark matter up for success. The next huge reason that dark matter is different is its pacing. Dark matter wastes no time ever. There's no filler. It gets right to the point, and right when you're starting to get tired of one plot point, it'll switch, it'll bring new things into the show, it'll finish things that it just brought up, and it just keeps moving perfectly paced. Every question is being answered, but then new questions are being asked. You're just breadcrumbed right along. It's just dropping little breadcrumbs, and you're just picking them up, you're eating them as you go along. It's just so perfect, and you love it. They're like the best. They're not breadcrumbs, they're prime steak, and it's just always building, constantly building up and getting better and better. It's ramping up. Things are getting more crazy, more intense, and right when you think like, well, what's gonna happen next? Where's this gonna go? Where's that gonna go? It just keeps answering but moving forward, and you're like, dude, this is crazy. And it's not going too fast, it's not going too slow. It's seriously just perfectly paced. You're never getting left behind. You're never getting confused. Everything is making sense, and like characters and their personalities, their motivation, all the stuff, it all is making sense. Nobody's like sort of being brought in and then you're like wondering like, well, why did they do that? Why did they make that choice? Everything makes sense. Everybody's fleshed out perfectly, and then we move forward, and it's just awesome. Which brings me into the next thing, which is dark matter's writing is incredible. The ideas and concepts that Blake is dealing with in dark matter are super complicated, they're super confusing, and it doesn't feel like that at all. It's all explained super simply. Along with that, most of the time when you deal with the themes that dark matter is dealing with, there's a lot of like, you need to suspend your disbelief. You kind of just got to go along with it, you know, kind of just like, hey, this is how it goes. Like that wouldn't work like that. It's just a little too complicated, whatever. Because when you think about these types of themes for too long in most movies, then you find a bunch of plot holes, things don't work. Dark matter's not like that. It all works within the world, within the rules that Blake has set up, and you understand it, you get it, and it's not filled with plot holes, and it all is working, and it's like just so freaking fun to watch, and it's just so engaging. Which brings me into the last thing, which is the acting. But before that, my name is Austin Kohler. I have studied, watched, and reviewed over 10,000 hours of film. Storytelling is a huge part of human nature. It is one of the ways that we communicate, one of the ways that we connect, and I think that it is super important that we're able to analyze and tell the difference between good and bad stories. So if you feel similarly, please subscribe. Now, the acting. Joel Edgerton is phenomenal. Everybody, but especially Joel. As the lead, he carries it, and he is so convincing the whole time. Now, you can have everything that I've been talking about. You can have, you know, the fantastic vision, perfect pacing, all the rest, all this stuff, right? But you're in big trouble if you don't have actors who can sell it. You need to sell the product. Luckily, everybody involved crushes it. The performances all feel authentic. They all feel believable. Everybody sells this crazy world, this wild story. If you haven't seen Dark Matter, it is more than worth your time. You will not be disappointed. I promise you will not be disappointed. So for those of you that have seen it, what were your favorite parts? Maybe you didn't like it as much as I did. Please let me know why. I'd be very curious to know why you didn't. If you didn't like Dark Matter, then I mean, I need to know why. Also, patreon.com/Austin Kohler. Right now, the collaborator tier where you write into the show to videos like these and all my other videos that I make, it's free for 7 days. So if you head over there, just drop me a line and I'll read your comment in an upcoming video. Subscribe here or click here to watch more videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.